To Milford now, where the trial of Trooper Brian North has officially begun.
North is charged with manslaughter in the January 2020 death of Mubarak Soulemane, who the Inspector General says North shot and killed while on the job.
Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc joining us now live outside Milford Superior Court with more. Julia.
Hi, good evening to you both. Yeah, this trial has been years in the making, with the family of Mubarak Soulemane consistently calling for justice for their loved one, all at the same time as Trooper Brian North shows up to court surrounded by his family and other members of law enforcement.
What's your relationship with Mubarak Soulemane?
I'm his mother.
Oma Muhammad, the first person to take the stand in the trial of Trooper Brian North, with her son's mental health taking center stage.
They diagnosed him with schizophrenia and bipolar.
Mubarak's sister says the week he was killed in January of 2020, her brother was experiencing another episode.
He was definitely experiencing like a mania.
North's defense attorney, Frank Riccio, pointing out the invisible illness.
You would have only known that he had or suffered from mental illness if you knew him personally, or you had had prior occasions to talk to him and speak to him, correct?
Correct.
Deputy Chief State's Attorney, Inspector General Robert Devlin Jr. taking jurors back to January 15th, 2020. That afternoon, Soulemane was at the AT&T in Norwalk and at one point took a knife out of his pocket but never threatened anyone. Then he says he got a ride to a nearby gas station where he eventually stole the car.
I learned that it was purely a stolen car at that point. There was no crime of violence that they were aware of.
After a brief chase, Norwalk police officers called the pursuit off, but somewhere in the mix, this message came over the radio to state troopers. Shortly after, police say Mubarak ended up in West Haven, crashing his car on Campbell Ave. That's when officials say Trooper North fired 7 shots into the driver's side window at close range, killing Mubarak. The defense referencing that decision by Norwalk police to call off the initial pursuit of Soulemane.
This is, I think, a perfect example of a police officer having to make split-second decisions based upon the information you have at the time, correct?
Oh, absolutely. You didn't make your decision to shoot your gun that day, did you?
Objection.
Now, North has previously pled not guilty to the charges against him, and now in terms of the length of the trial, the judge is estimating that the evidence portion will take about a week and a half. We're live in Milford tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.